I had only been stationed on Razorth Outpost for 3 days when I learned 2 important things. The Razorth Dominion was nothing like the briefings claimed. Its warriors, especially the women, were not merely strong. They were legendary. A floating fortress anchored between 2 asteroid belts, Razorth Outpost was home to some of the most feared fighters in the quadrant. Their armor shimmered with shifting metallic hues, their movements were sharp and precise, and their voices carried an echo-like resonance that made ordinary humans like me feel incredibly small. And then there was Commander Veyla Rath'Vorak. The first time I saw her, she was cutting through a training simulation drone with one sweeping motion, her blade singing through the air as if slicing through silk. Her height would have intimidated anyone, easily a head taller than me, with powerful limbs and glowing azure markings that rippled across her skin in reaction to her emotions. Razorth warriors didn't hide their feelings. Their bodies betrayed them through color, which made what later happened even more unbelievable. I was assigned as a tactical analyst, paperwork, strategy charts, communications. Nothing that required me to fight. Thank the stars. Except Commander Veyla didn't believe in non-combatants. Every member of this station must know how to defend it, she said the first day she addressed the human arrivals. Your backgrounds are irrelevant. Your survival is not negotiable. Her eyes swept over the group, glowing faintly. When they landed on me, they lingered. I wasn't sure why, but it made me swallow hard. The first incident, a terrible mistake. 2 days later, she summoned me to the training arena. Summoned, meaning 2 elite warriors dragged me there without telling me why. When I entered, Commander Veyla stood in the center of the hall, her blade planted into the ground like a spear. Warriors gathered around the perimeter, watching me like prey. Human analyst Rowan Hale, she said. Approach. I did, though my legs felt like they were melting. We'll test your reaction skills, she said. Test how? I croaked. She reached down and tossed something toward my chest. A dagger. A freaking dagger. I yelped, flinched, and the dagger clattered to the floor at my feet. The arena erupted in Razorth laughter, a sharp, vibrating sound. I felt my ears burning, but Commander Veyla didn't laugh. She simply narrowed her eyes. You fear too easily, she said. Your body recoils at the slightest threat. My humiliation boiled inside me, mixing with frustration and a pinch of anger. It wasn't fair. I wasn't trained for this. I was a strategist, not a warrior. So, very stupidly, I let my mouth run before my brain could stop it. Well, maybe if you didn't throw knives at me, I wouldn't react like someone's about to gut me. The arena went silent instantly. Her eyes sharpened. Are you accusing me of wrongdoing? No, I said quickly. I'm saying I react because I'm human. And you're, well... She tilted her head. I am what? Rowan Hale? You're terrifying, I blurted. A collective gasp swept through the arena. I realized the consequences a second too late. But the expected punishment didn't come. Instead, something bizarre happened. Commander Veyla's marking shifted, just slightly, from cold blue to a faint lavender. And that was the first time I ever saw a Razorth warrior blush. Middle. Her blush and the world stopped. You would think I'd be relieved. I wasn't. Because the moment her markings changed color, the entire arena went dead silent, then erupted into whispers. She reacts. To a human? Impossible. Commander Veyla exhaled sharply, causing the glow to flicker back to blue. Quiet, she barked. Everyone complied instantly. She turned to me, her expression unreadable. You will stay after training, she ordered. I wanted to crawl into a hole and vanish. The rest of the drills were humiliating. They sparred around me, demonstrated techniques I couldn't begin to copy, and used me as a moving obstacle for target practice, thankfully with non-lethal beams. The whole time, Commander Veyla watched me with an unreadable look I didn't understand. When training ended, she dismissed everyone except me. The doors closed with an ominous echo. I swallowed. Commander, if this is about earlier, I didn't mean to disrespect. It was honesty, she interrupted. Yes. You spoke without calculation, without fear of consequence. Her eyes glowed faintly again. It is rare. Rare? Telling a warrior queen she was terrifying? I wasn't trying to be brave, I said. I was just speaking my mind. She took one step closer, and I felt the temperature rise around me. Speak it again, she said softly. My heart nearly stopped. Which part? Her markings pulsed faintly. The truth you said earlier. Say it again. I had no idea why she wanted me to repeat it, but something in her posture told me refusing was not an option. So, nervously, I said, You're terrifying. Her markings burst into lavender again, brighter this time. I stared. Wait, did you just… Yes, she snapped. I reacted. It is involuntary. Why? She looked away. Razorth warriors rarely showed vulnerability, but in that moment, I saw the faintest crack in her exterior. Because, she said quietly, I value authenticity and you offered it freely. My heart thudded. She wasn't blushing because she was insulted, she was reacting to my honesty. But she wasn't done. You intrigue me, human, she said. No one speaks to me that way. Well, humans don't like being stabbed with flying daggers, I said before thinking. Her glow brightened again. You do it again, she muttered, speaking without restraint. It's a curse, I admitted. A useful one, she said. Come. Walk with me. The growing connection, and a test of courage. Over the next few days, she summoned me often. Sometimes for tactical discussions. Sometimes for personal questions. Sometimes just to observe me as if I were a puzzle she couldn't yet solve. Her bluntness never softened. But her glow, lavender, then faint pink, then brighter, began to appear more and more often. The warriors noticed. Some seemed amused. Others seemed confused. A few seemed jealous. Razorth culture valued strength, clarity, and emotional transparency, things humans weren't exactly famous for. But honesty? Honesty was considered a deeper form of courage. And every time I spoke casually, every time I blurted out something unfiltered, Veyla reacted. One afternoon, she tested my reflexes again. Catch this, she said. Please don't be a knife, I muttered. She threw a training baton. I scrambled, nearly fell, and somehow caught it against my chest. I pumped a fist in triumph. Ha! See? Improvement. She blinked at me, then unexpectedly laughed. A Razorth warrior laughing was like hearing stone chime. The entire training hall froze to stare. Her markings were bright pink. You delight me, Rowan Hale, she said, stepping closer. Your spirit does not break. I'm just too stubborn to die, I replied. Her glow deepened. Good. But the turning point came during a simulated combat emergency. A rogue drone malfunctioned during a drill, firing live rounds. Warriors hit the deck, covering the cadets. I didn't think. I shoved one of the younger Razorth soldiers down and shielded him with my body as debris rained around us. The drone was destroyed seconds later, but I stayed crouched, heart racing. Commander Veyla saw the entire thing. That night, she summoned me privately. You protected him, she said. He was closer to the line of fire, I explained. You saw danger, she insisted. And you acted. Without hesitation. That's what people do, I said. Not all, she murmured. Her markings glowed again, this time a deep, warm violet I had never seen on her before. She took a step so close I could feel her breath. You confuse me, human. That seems to be a trend, I whispered. And you continue speaking boldly, she continued, voice lower than ever. I told you it's a problem. No, she said. It is strength. And I am drawn to it. My entire brain short-circuited. She leaned closer, so close I could see faint flecks of silver in her eyes. Say something honest again, she whispered. I swallowed hard. I think you're incredible. Her markings erupted in glowing pink-violet brilliance. She leaned even closer, almost touching. Almost. The door burst open. A warrior stumbled in. Commander, the High Council summons. He froze. Veyla froze. I froze. The warrior's eyes widened at the sight of her markings. My apologies, he yelped, backing out so fast he nearly tripped. The door slammed shut. Veyla exhaled slowly, dimming her glow. This is the complication, she muttered. No kidding. The ending. What honesty really meant. After the interruption, the outpost buzzed with rumors. The commander glows near the human. She leans close to him. She reacts to him. I wanted to sink into the floor, but Veyla wasn't bothered. Razorth culture didn't fear rumors. One evening, she approached me in the observation deck overlooking the nebula. Her markings glowed softly in the reflective light. You have unsettled the warriors, she said. Sorry, I muttered. Do not apologize. They are unsettled because I choose to be near you. My heart skipped. Oh. She stepped beside me. You speak your mind without fear. You act without hesitation. You treat me not as a weapon, but as someone worth understanding. I stared at her. Well, yeah, because you are. Her markings flared bright again. I wish to know more of you, she said quietly. Your customs, your thoughts, your truths. If you permit it, I would continue this connection. I swallowed. Is this like a Razorth version of asking me out? It is a proposal of mutual intention, she said seriously. A step toward bonding. Bonding. No pressure. But I didn't hesitate. Not this time. I want that too. Her eyes widened. Not with surprise, but relief. Then, with a gentleness I didn't know she had, she extended a hand, palm up. This is the Razorth gesture of choosing, she said. Not a command, an invitation. I placed my hand in hers. Her markings ignited in radiant violet-pink light.
Warm, brilliant, alive.
She leaned closer. Not intimidating, not testing, but something softer, her forehead touching mine gently. Our bond begins now, she whispered. You spoke your mind, and it reached me. I smiled.
Good.
Because I'm not planning to stop. Her glow brightened once more. And for the first time in Razorth Outpost history, the most feared warrior's blush lit the entire room.